What's up, guys? It's Marvin of the Miles Ahead podcast. For today's episode, I'm going to be in a library recording this episode. I think it was going to be a jam-packed episode. And basically, I just want to give my perspective on the Hawks and the Knicks game first. I had a great time. I was correct on my prediction. I predicted that the Hawks were going to win the game. The only issue that I was wrong about was basically Trae Young going off. He had a bad first quarter. He was pretty tight in the first quarter. In the second quarter and towards the third quarter, before he got knocked out by Julius Randle by the people's elbow, basically, he started to catch on a little bit, but basically he did not really have that great of a performance. As for DeJounte Murray, on the other hand, listen, he was balling throughout the whole game, 36-9. He was extremely consistent. And guess what? We know exactly why he's there for defense and also on offense. Okay, he could play two-way very well. Not only that, he's very good at playmaking. So basically, he did it. He did a great job against the Knicks. The Knicks, on the other hand, they were going through, issues with stopping everybody on the on the defensive side when it came to going up against the Hawks. Okay, they couldn't stop anybody from getting a 3-point shot. Not only that, they were up by 20 and they ended up losing the game because they kept trying to shoot 3-pointers. That's not good. So, but it was a good game overall. The funny thing about me is I came over there in New York colors, right? With a New York Yankee hat. And I picked against the Knicks and I picked the Hawks to win. So, and I ended up being right, but I thought it was pretty funny that I came over there. I'm not from New York, so, but I'm not going to give out where I'm from and stuff like that. But basically, I just thought that it was hilarious that I decided to do that and then pick the Knicks to lose. So, but yeah, so next thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to give my perspective on Kyrie Irving, Steve Nash being fired for a potential hire in Ime Udoka, the Warriors drop off, the Lakers, LeBron James' legacy being in jeopardy, and my thoughts on the NBA season start so far. As for the NFL, I'm going to give my perspective on the 49ers, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers' steep decline. I also want to give my perspective on Floyd Mayweather. Now let's dive into the episode. But first, I want to tell you guys to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the channel. I have maybe about 13 episodes on YouTube and maybe about 40 plus on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple. So let's just dive into the episode. Okay, so for the first part of the episode is I'm going to talk about Kyrie Irving. Okay, so Kyrie Irving, he posted a link on Twitter. Okay, he posted a link. That's all, just a link. And basically, he's being bullied. Okay, now he's being suspended for 5 games. Previously, he had already given, his thoughts, in terms of him not causing any harm. And basically, what the league wanted and what everybody else wanted was a full on, straight out apology, crying and him being on his knees and stuff like that. And it wasn't like that. He stood up there like a man. He gave his, opinion on it. And and then on top of that, he also said that he did not agree with everything that was in the documentary. Okay. But yet at the same time, all he did was just point out his lineage. Okay. And then next thing you know, everybody's going off on him. Okay. And that's not right. That's not fair to Kyrie. And basically they're trying to treat him like, yo, you're just another dumb N-word. Basically, another dumb nigga. That's it. You know, like, what are you doing talking about Hebrews to Negroes? What are you doing talking about that? Right? You should be posting up girls twerking and rap lyrics that endangers our community. You should be doing that all the time. Why are you talking about that for? You know? But obviously, he said that he did not agree with everything in the documentary, but he also took some things and he did agree with some stuff in the documentary, right? But he also said that he did not believe that the Holocaust didn't happen. He said that as well. So, you know, and basically, everybody they have been, bullying him and stuff like that, trying to get him to apologize. And he didn't create the documentary at all. Had nothing to do with the creation in it. He didn't act in it. He didn't interview the creator. Okay. And not only that, it's been on Amazon for 4 years. For 4 years. Why is he apologizing? Why is he apologizing? Why is he suspended? Why? So not only has it been on there for 4 years, there's also another documentary on there as well. There's also two books. And guess what? It's still on there. It's still on Amazon. Not only that, all of the books, including the documentaries, they all have a 4+ rating on that platform. So, and nobody's not going to boycott Amazon. They're not. In fact, nobody's even talking about Jeff Bezos, the person who gave them a platform for it to be on Amazon. Nobody's not talking about him. It's still there, right? So the crazy thing about the whole thing is basically everybody or whatever, they're making a huge deal about Kyrie posting it. And, it's being blown way out of proportion. And we all know what the reason is. It's because you can't say where you're from. You can't talk about your heritage. You can't. You have no right to say that you're Semitic. Okay, you have no right to that. That's basically what they're saying. You have no right to try to find out more about your history. You have no right. And basically, they're telling essentially everybody that. Okay, they're putting everybody in line. And the reason why that this is happening to Kyrie specifically is because he did not want to take the vaccine. Okay, they felt like he'd be the perfect scapegoat, for people to try to pile on. Okay, now all of a sudden he's dumb. Okay, he went to Duke. Okay, you have to take an SAT score to get into Duke. Okay, it wasn't just his basketball skills; he got in. Okay, so give him his respect. Okay, and not only that, all he did was just voice his perspective. Okay, now guess what? Like I said, he never did, say anything anti. Okay, and when he said, I'm not anti-Semitic because he knows where he's from, right? That means that he is Semitic. Okay, he said he can't be anti-Semitic if he knows where he's from. Okay, he believes that he's Semitic. That's what he believes, and that's what he found out that his lineage and his ancestry comes from. So leave that alone. You know. So to me, I don't believe that he should have been apologizing. And as a matter of fact, I don't even believe that he even wrote that apology. Probably had his publicist type it up or something like that. But at the end of the day, if anything, all you guys really do is just have to just look at the facts. Just look it up. Okay? Look at what Semitic is. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do. Look up what it is. Look up what's anti. Check out those things. All right. Why don't you guys also do you guys the same favor and check out the movie? Check out the movie. Don't be so against the movie if you're not looking at it. Look at the whole movie. All right. And look at it with an objective mind. Now, guess what? I haven't checked out the movie. I haven't checked out the movie, but guess what? I know for a fact that it's gotten a lot of people intrigued because of guess what? The media making such a huge deal out of it. I mean, it was on Good Morning America, it was on Fox Sports Radio, it was on ESPN. All he did was just post a link. That's all he did was just post a link. Now his life is in peril. Okay, Nike dropped him. All right, Nike dropped him, and he already did lose a lot of money from the vaccine situation. And then on top of that, he might be getting that back as well because basically the state of New York, they basically just acknowledged that that the vaccine was not preventing or keeping everybody from getting COVID. Okay, it wasn't stopping anything. So essentially, the state of New York, they have to get back the money to the people who are out of work. And Kyrie Irving, he just happens to be one of those people. Okay. So to me, I think that Kyrie Irving, he's on the verge of being out of the league. Okay. I don't think that Kyrie Irving is going to end up standing down and stuff like that. Because guess what? The media, they keep on pushing it. But Kyrie Irving, at this point in time, he has no right to give his freedom of speech. He has no freedom of speech at all. And basically, Kyrie Irving, he'll never get the credit that he deserved for when he hit that shot in 2016. Never get the credit. Okay, he was very pivotal in that run. They don't win a championship without him. Okay, in fact, he was LeBron's 1A to LeBron being one in terms of importance. He was. Okay. And then on top of that, LeBron, he gets all this credit for the block, right? It was still 2 minutes left. Both teams had to score. It was tied. Okay. And Kyrie, he closed the deal. Okay. He balled out the whole series. They don't win that championship without Kyrie. And guess what? Because of the situation, Kyrie, he potentially may not even be in the league anymore. Not only that, he may never go to the Hall of Fame because of that. And basically, what this tells me is essentially black people or so-called black people need to own their own league. Okay, they need to own their own league. Okay, we make up 85 to 80% of the NBA. We make up 85 to 80% of the NFL. Everybody should just walk out, okay, rent out some court, stream it on YouTube or put it like this anywhere else, okay? And then after that, eventually people are gonna watch it. Okay? Eventually you guys will get the money back that you guys were already having in the NBA and the NFL. Okay, it's gonna be rough at first, but you guys gotta take that risk. Okay? That's what I think the NBA or the NBA players, okay, because it's 85 to 80% black in both of the major sports. Okay? It's just the facts. Okay? We make up the entertainment in both the NBA and the NFL and also music. Okay? I mean, I even heard Shannon Sharp compare him to OJ for when OJ said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Bro, isn't that the same thing as what Martin Luther King said? Don't judge me by the color of my skin, but the content of my character. That's literally the same thing. So basically, that's just my perspective on that. I do not think that Kyrie Irving should be suspended. Not only that, I also believe that, Kyrie Irving, he could end up suing ESPN, Fox Sports, Fox Sports Radio, Fox Sports News, or stuff like that, and he can end up suing the NBA for defamation of character. He could end up doing that, and he could make a lot of money off of that because this is just being way too overblown, way too overblown. So, so yeah, and guess what? Nothing that he did was harmful. Okay, he did not commit a crime. Didn't commit a crime at all. Once again, it's been up on Amazon for 4 years. Nobody decided to get on Amazon when it happened. Okay, not to mention, then just 3 weeks ago, Donald Trump, he just disrespected American Jews 3 weeks ago. Just did that. Did he not? Nobody's not forcing him to apologize. Okay? Now, all Kyrie Irving did was just post up a link. Didn't even say it was compelling. If anything, if anything, if the mainstream media had not made a big deal about it and stuff like that, maybe 300 people would have clicked it. Now everybody's checking it out. So now I'm going to move on to Steve Nash. Steve Nash getting fired is not connected to Kyrie Irving. Steve Nash was a bad coach. Okay, he made bad adjustments. They were 2-6. Okay, before Kyrie Irving had even had this issue. Okay, this controversy. All right, and yes, I am aware that Steve Nash was, going through it in terms of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant saying, we don't need a coach. Okay, I could be a coach. KD could be a coach. I understand that. But guess what? You were out in the first round last year. You should not have even have been a play-in team, Steve Nash. Not only that, you guys lost in the second round the year before. Okay, and Steve Nash's offense was just playing street ball. Okay, and guess what? This will look really bad if Ime Udoka comes in, and then after he gets a team to a conference finals or even a finals. Now, do I think it could happen? I don't know. I think there's way too much drama right now, but we'll see what happens. We got to see what happens, but I do expect for Ime to quiet the drama down for sure. So basically, that's just my perspective on that. And I do think that Ime will get another chance on the Brooklyn Nets. But basically, this will definitely be the perfect hire for sure. And basically, that situation in Boston was made way too huge of a deal. And then on top of that, I also think that, his situation is probably going to be brought up again by the mainstream media again. So basically, I'm not mad if, Ime gets the job or any of that. And, hopefully he could turn the Nets around. But basically, if he can't, it's like a last resort for him. They're going to be like, the Celtics situation was a fluke. He won't do that again. Let's just fire him for the rest of his life. He'll never get another job, be another Mark Jackson, and that would be wrong. And then on top of that, next thing you know, they could cut Kyrie. They could get rid of KD and trade KD. And guess what? The Nets will have nothing to show for it. All right? For the next 25 years, they will be looking for somebody else who could replace KD and Kyrie in terms of their talent. That's what they will be looking for. And nobody will be coming over to go see G League level players. So let's move on to the next topic, which is going to be the Warriors drop off. So my perspective on the Warriors drop off is basically, they're trying to implement the young guys. James Wiseman, he's not really doing that well defensively, nor is he doing well with getting rebounds. He's very clumsy, and he's bad at getting lobs. But to me, I just think that he just needs more time, getting used to the game and things like that. And he'll get used to it. So, and as for everybody else, you know, Steph, he's still playing well, but he's getting a little bit, you know, past his prime a little bit in terms of his defense. But I do expect for him to get better as the year goes on. And then on top of that, Draymond, he's doing a lot better offensively in terms of looking for his shot and stuff like that. But his defense is just falling off a little bit. So, but as for Klay Thompson, on the other hand, he's not really doing that well either defensively, but he's taking terrible shots. Okay, taking far away 3 pointers, um, shooting the basketball in front of like 3 defenders. Like, bro, you're not like that. You're not. So that's just my perspective on it. So, but I do expect for the team to get better as the year goes on. Okay. As for the Lakers, on the other hand, okay, the Lakers, they're not doing well at all. Okay. Now I knew that was gonna happen. Even if they got Patrick Beverly, I did feel like he was not gonna make a difference at all. I do feel like he's overrated. And I feel like and basically he's not the same player as he used to be in terms of defense. Not only that, they have way too many guards on the roster, no shooters. And, Russell Westbrook, he's getting way too much flack. He is the scapegoat. He is the scapegoat for the Lakers. And basically, they're just coming at him whenever chance that they can. And Anthony Davis, he's never healthy. LeBron James, he's past his prime. I knew that would happen. Okay. He's not the same player as he used to be. So let's move on to the next topic. Does LeBron James need a championship? I believe he does. Okay, I believe that his career is in peril because if Steph Curry wins another championship within the next 2 or 3 years, LeBron James, he may go down on the all-time list. Okay, because this is not his era. Okay, him and Steph, they're already tied. Steph beat LeBron in the finals 3 times to 1. Okay, Steph only lost 1 time to LeBron. Okay, and then on top of that, the roster that he won with last year, it was not great all-time talent. It wasn't. It basically was just Steph and Andrew Wiggins who won that championship. Okay, now the young guys they did contribute, but guess what? They mostly came from the G League. Okay, and I thought from what I've heard all my life in terms of LeBron was LeBron James could win with anybody. Apparently, that's not the case. Whenever LeBron James goes through issues, he always needs somebody. He always needs another shooter. He always needs a big man. He always needs somebody. Okay? So LeBron James, he had 3 top 75 players on his team, and he could not get to a play-in tournament last year. He couldn't get into it. So I do think it does look bad for LeBron in terms of his legacy. So for the next thing is basically I'm going to talk about the NBA start so far. So the NBA start so far, it's been pretty good. I mean, on the West, you have the Warriors going through their issues right now. I do expect them to get better. We have the Blazers, doing well right now, but I believe like 25 games in, they should go back to normal. And then on top of that, you have the Suns, they're doing well right now, but the Suns, they're more so a regular season team, not a postseason team, in my opinion. So, and then on top of that, you got the Utah Jazz. Look, they're gonna come back down to earth once it is 25 games. This is just the start of the season. Coaches, they're trying to get used to the playbook and they're trying to implement different players and stuff like that, see who goes where and stuff like that. So basically, that's my opinion on that. And as for, the Mavericks, they've been balling out and stuff like that. But the thing is I expected for Luka Doncic to have an MVP type of year. and he's doing exactly what I expected for him to do. But I am expecting for them to win maybe about 50 games. So, and they're balling. Now for the Nuggets, on the other hand, I do expect for them to do well this year. And as of right now, they've been up and down a little bit, but I do expect for the season to end up going well for them. And that's just my perspective on it as of right now. As for the Lakers, listen, I expected for them not to do well at all. So I was right on that. Now let's move on to the Eastern Conference. So for the Eastern Conference, the teams that have shocked me are basically the Nets. I'm not expecting them to be that bad this year, starting out. But as for the Hawks, on the other hand, I believe that they were going to be that good. And I believe that the Cavs were going to be that good. I believe that the Boston Celtics were going to be serviceable. I believe they're going to be winning about 50 plus games, stuff like that, or around the 50 mark. As for the as for the Cavs, like I said, I expected for them to ball, and they've been doing that. So, but as for the Milwaukee Bucks, listen, they've been proving that they're the best team in the league. And look, Giannis, he's been proving that basically he is another MVP candidate this year. And basically, he's just been just showing out. He's been doing well on both offense and on defense. And they're the best team in the league right now. So that's just my expectation. I knew that they would do well. So, and guess what? I'm ended up being proven right on that end too. So, but the team that can make some noise in the Eastern Conference to me is the Hawks. Okay. All Trae Young has to do is just play like Isaiah Thomas of the Pistons, not shoot the ball that much, and just try to, help his teammates play making stuff like that. And they're going to do extremely well. Not only that, you have DeJounte Murray, who's a great guard, coming off as a starter and stuff like that and playing well in terms of his playmaking and defense. So basically, I could see them making a run. They could make a run and get to a conference finals. I would never be shocked. Or if they go to a finals, that would not shock me either. Because Trae Young, he could get hot. So, and to me, I feel like the only thing that's stopping Trae Young, honestly, is, his size. He needs to get in the weight room. Okay. He needs to lift some weights, maybe get used to, getting hit hard and stuff like that. I think he's used to it. But, if he just puts on a little bit more muscle, bro, that'll definitely be the greatest Trae Young that we will ever see. So, he's already proven me to be right in terms of them being a problem in the Eastern Conference. And also, you have the Toronto Raptors who are doing well as well. So that's just my perspective on the start of the season. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is the NFL. So the NFL, I just want to give my perspective on the 49ers. Right now, we have Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers. Listen, I believe that this team is now, either the second best behind the Eagles in terms of who's going to come out of the NFC, or they're the first best. Okay, because Christian McCaffrey, listen, he was a huge pickup. The only issue with him is, can he stay healthy? Okay, last week, listen, he had a touchdown. Okay, he threw a touchdown. He ran in for a touchdown, and he caught a touchdown. Okay, and basically, that was just greatness in itself. He has a lot of talent, but he does get hit a lot. He's not somebody who really tries to avoid getting hit. He takes on the hits. And, he's not that big and he's not that tall. So, essentially, he could end up being injured. But I feel like they only need him for these, few years. So we'll just see what they'll get out of him. But as of right now, I would not be shocked if they end up coming out of the NFC. And then on top of that, not only can he play, but, they also have an elite quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. They also have a great tight end in George Kittle, and they have a great defense with with Nick Bosa. So listen, they are a problem, and I do expect for them to compete for for uh for the team to come out of the NFC. So I think that they'll be right there with the Eagles. As for the next topic, which is going to be about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers' steep decline. Listen, Father Time has hit Tom Brady. He's not the same player as he used to be. He's fallen off. And, I mean, listen, it's to be expected. I mean, he's about to be 45 years old. Yes, he's going through drama at home and stuff like that. But, hey, listen, he's old. And, he doesn't want to take on the hits that he used to take in the NFL and stuff like that. So I can understand why Father Time is finally hitting Tom Brady. Do I expect for them to make the playoffs? I still believe that they might make the playoffs. I would not be shocked if they do. They still have a great defense. And, it's possible that Tom Brady could turn it around. But the offensive line, it's not really doing that well right now. It's just not. And then on top of that, the receivers, they're dropping footballs and stuff like that. So that's just not good. So, I just think that, Father Time has hit Tom Brady. Now, can he make some noise in the playoffs? Of course he can. He's Tom Brady. I mean, I think it's been very tough on Tom Brady. The defenses that he's been going up against, they've been really going after him. So, and as for Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, bro, it just doesn't look good for Aaron Rodgers, man. He's been really going through it. The defense has been really, getting after him and stuff like that. And, he's not throwing the football like he used to. And, he just looks like he just misses Devontae Adams. Like he's not the same without him. He's just not. So that's my perspective on Aaron Rodgers. And plus, he's not moving without he's not moving or scrambling well either. So basically, he's not putting himself in positions to win. And he may not even make the playoffs this year. He may not. So, but hey, the Vikings, they're proving me wrong. And I do expect for them to finish out strong and win this division. So that's just my perspective on that. Now for the last topic, which is going to be about Floyd Mayweather. Look, Floyd Mayweather, he recently just had an exhibition, and basically, he's going to do his thing again, and essentially, he's basically making exhibitions far more popular than it ever was because people they're making money off of it. You got Anderson Silva, you got Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., you got Julio Cesar Chavez, and you got a whole lot of boxers who have done the exhibitions since Floyd Mayweather was the first person to do it against Conor McGregor. Okay, Conor McGregor was technically his first exhibition. Okay, now Floyd Mayweather he ended up making a whole lot of money from that fight and stuff like that, but he's continuing to make it go on. And listen, I'm not mad at him. Continue to do what you love. Continue your passion. Continue, making money. You can't get mad at Floyd Mayweather. You cannot. Okay? Nobody gets mad at the Waltons, okay, who own Walmart. Nobody says, stop selling items. Nobody says that to them. Nobody says, Bill Gates, stop making computers. But for Floyd Mayweather, he has to stop doing exhibitions. Stop it. Okay? He's the greatest boxer of all time. Okay? He's 50-0, has the highest connect percentage, and he has the lowest in terms of being hit. Give him his credit. Not only that, he's beat the most world champions of all time. And stop saying he's pillow-fisted. Okay? He has an above average 50% knockout rate. Okay? And the only reason why that he was having issues with his ability in terms of knocking out people was because he had hand problems. Okay? It's not that he had pillow fists. In fact, Shane Mosley said from his own mouth that he hits just as hard as Canelo Alvarez. Okay? So give him his credit in terms of that too. All right? So shout out to Floyd Mayweather for continuing the sport of boxing, bringing the eyes to the sport, and making it what it is today, which is a multi-billion-dollar business. And basically, all of a sudden, he has fighters, right? Okay, who all of a sudden turn this into a senior circuit. Okay, he started that. Okay, now guess what? Floyd Mayweather, he was not the first person to do an exhibition. He was not. Okay, we have Sugar Ray Robinson. Okay, we have Muhammad Ali. Okay, he went up against a wrestler and a kickboxer. Okay, we have Joe Frazier. Okay, so like I said, stop hating on Floyd. Continue to do what you do. All right. Besides, like the reason why the people, can't stand Floyd is because he's flamboyant. You know, he seems to be arrogant. But hey, but guess what? That's what makes him him. Okay, that's what makes him 50-0. You take those things away, he's not 50-0. He's not 50-0. He would not have beat the most world champions. He's not. Okay? So shout out to Floyd Mayweather for remaining confident in who you are and basically keeping your faculties together. And not only that, also bringing people to the sport of boxing. And that's it on my perspective pertaining to this. And basically, I just want to tell you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe. There will be a lot more content. And remember, let's not be inches, feet, meters, nor yards. Let's be miles ahead. And not only that, have a great rest of your weekend and goodbye.